You got me?
Yeah, you're there. Yeah.
You got me. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Hedge Podcast. We've been away for a little bit, but we're back.
We are back.
Back in the mix. See, you know what? We got to figure out a way to kick things off with some music. We really do, because that little bit that you were playing there is kind of kicks things off proper, right?
We were hyping. We were like backstage, like before the fight.
Yeah.
And
yeah, exactly.
Getting our tape check, and
Yeah, with some like old school New York stuff, like
that's my favorite hip hop, dude.
That's the proper
the New York
subway rap. That's what I like to call it.
Yeah, it's good shit.
Yeah, man. So we've been you've been busy with the new podcast, you and the boys.
Yeah.
I like the names, Canadian Chris and Professor Gertz.
Yeah. Yeah,
awesome.
Gertzy's, for a
links in the description, by the way, to the last episode that you guys did.
Check it out.
Amazing. They talked about some really good stuff, grading and all that stuff. It was a really good conversation. Really good conversation.
Yeah, and it's not like, I would say it's not normal banter, kind of like you and I have.
Right.
Especially
you guys
with
get down
to business. The professor gets down to business, man. He's a Marine, so there's really not any time for BSing.
Yeah.
Like if we get off, Chris and I get off track, Canadian Chris and I, he texts us and he's like, "I'll kill you right now." So like,
and he could probably do it.
Yeah, he could. We just gotta stay focused. It's good though. It keeps me, Thursday nights, you and I do our thing. And then whenever I record with them, I'm like,
yeah, you got to be on your P's and Q's, baby.
Yeah,
you ain't fucking around. Nice. That's good stuff, man. Yeah. So, all the links are in the description. You're hosting it on your channel for now, right? And then we got some other stuff in the works.
Gonna air it on yours every now and then too, as well. So
actually, you know what? I need to do that. I actually need to go grab that episode and pull it down.
Nah, don't even bother. There'll be a third one coming out soon.
Even better. Yeah. With the new setups and everything. Okay, that's right. Good stuff.
Yeah.
So we got that going on, and then a lot of stuff happening.
We got a lot to you take a couple weeks, and
I know, dude. I know
the hobby gives back.
Exactly. You know what's crazy is that, like, I was saying we had our card hedge meeting this past week, right? And I was mentioning that these last couple of weeks have probably been like the least I've ever. The month of May will definitely be the lowest amount that I've ever uploaded for this channel since I started it, right?
Really?
Yeah, bunch of different reasons. I had a lot of stuff going on these last couple of weeks, and then on top of that, for the month of May, I started working out 3 or 4 times a week. So my evenings have it. And then the thing is that it's not like just me going to go work out. Like, I hired a personal trainer and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm paying for this shit, right? I'm like,
now
I have to go. I'm not wasting this money, right?
Yeah. You gotta buckle up.
So that's kind of been the push, right? Is that like, oh shit, like I realized that everything that I had going on prior to hiring a personal trainer had me like right on the edge of just enough time to do everything I need to do. And it's been an adjustment period the last couple of weeks. So, but I kind of think I got some schedules worked out and got my timing, and it made me tighten up on my time management, which is kind of already a cluster. But school's out for you guys?
No. School ends for me June 22nd.
June 22nd. Okay.
My kids are out on Tuesday, and then I have to. Yeah, but I go, like, the kids though are until June 22nd because we don't go back till after Labor Day.
Oh wow! Okay. Yeah.
Beach communities, buddy. We got to take advantage of the tourism.
Gotcha.
So gotcha. I gotta tell you, dude. Have you seen on the news those wildfires in Canada?
Yes, dude. New York woke up in a haze, right? Like,
where I live in New England, we've had nothing but haze from these wildfires for like a week. It's insane.
That's nuts, dude.
Like, what I don't understand, right? And you're better at this stuff than I am. How is it 2023 and we haven't figured out yet how to put some big ass boat in the ocean and just suck the ocean and blast water. I don't get it.
So
I don't get it.
Yeah. From an engineering standpoint, I'll approach it from that standpoint. The amount of horsepower that you would need to pump that much water to be able to cover acres of fire that's going. So like that's one of the things that people don't understand. Like when the California wildfire, it's not like your backyard's on fire, right? Couple hundred square feet. This is acres that are on fire, right?
Millions.
And it's cooking through everything, right? So it's like you would never even be able to get, even if you could pump that much water, right? You would never be able to pump that much water into the correct position because that fire is going to move in an instant.
That's true.
I mean, you talk like you listen to some of the people, because I had some family up in California that fortunately they weren't too badly affected, but it was right next to them. And they said that they would stand on a hill and literally watch the entire hill get wiped out, like within a matter of minutes. Like that's how fast everything moved, right? It's a matter of minutes, right? And they just said it. They just said that they couldn't understand, like their brains couldn't process like how fast that was happening. Like what just happened, right? Like literally just watch that entire hill go up in flames, and then just in an instant it went from green or brown or whatever, and then all of a sudden everything's just charred, right?
Yeah.
And it logistically it's insane, which is why like firefighters are, I mean, the best thing that they can do is try to get at least somewhat ahead of it and like soak everything down to try to keep it from getting burnt up. It's insane, dude. It really sucks, man. For those of we do got quite a few folks that listen from Canada, so hopefully those of you that are listening, we
feel for you. In Nova Scotia, you got. I'm dealing with smoke from Quebec and Nova Scotia. It's brutal.
Yeah, it's insane, man. It's definitely sucks. But so hopefully if you guys are up in Canada, you're safe and in a good spot, and our thoughts and prayers are with you guys.
Yes. Yes, for Rizzle.
Stay safe. I did the Houston card show, H-Town card show. Yes. I sent you the video of that. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. I did. Crazy.
So, so shout out to those guys from the H-Town card show. They probably don't remember because they probably met a bunch of people that were there, but I actually met them first at the Dallas card show before their first show, and I went to their first show. And it's just like any other show that starts off for the first time, right? I mean, you're barely getting the buzz. You're getting some, but those guys have stuck with it. I think this is their 4th or 5th show that they've done, and it's probably, I would say, size-wise, the entire show is about, I would probably say 2/5 of what the Dallas card show's main hallway is. So if you go to the Dallas card show, there's a couple of rooms, right? There's 2 little smaller rooms on your way to the big room, and then there's another smaller room that's probably medium size. It's probably the middle sized room that's right by the parking lot where you're coming in.
Okay.
So this H-Town card show is bigger than that medium sized room, but it's about 2/5 of the size of the Dallas card show main room, which, if you've ever been to the Dallas card show, you know what I'm talking about. And man, there was all kinds of stuff there, man. It was a great show. These guys are putting on a really good show. They had vendors from all over the place, from Oklahoma, from Arizona. They had guys from Louisiana coming in. Texas is a pretty big, Texas is pretty big. Texas is massive. So if I tell you that in Houston there was people from El Paso, you would think that it's because it's in the same state. It's like a few hours away. No, El Paso is like a 10-hour drive from Houston.
Right.
Like there was people coming from all over the place. And the place was packed. And there was kids getting in the mix, buying cards. And there was memorabilia. There was posters. It was a banging show. So if you're in the Houston area, check them out on Instagram. I'll link their Instagram down below. Check them out on Instagram. And look out for the next date. I think the next one's going to be in August or September that they're doing. And then they're going to start getting some autograph, folks to come in and do autographs and stuff like that. So that's going to be, they got some really good stuff coming up, man. So
nice.
Big shout out to those guys. It was a really good show, really well done, good size, good turnout. Both me and my brother went. My brother's a big Star Wars guy, so he's not a sports guy at all. And he said, he was like, man, I got to see some really cool stuff around here too. So
nice. Can't beat that, bro.
Yeah, it was good. And I think it was like maybe $10 to get in for the weekend or something like that if you're there. Yeah. Speaking of that, I did get some pickups. I managed to rummage through some dollar boxes. And I'll start off with this one here, which is my Chris Paul first day issue Top Stadium. Let me see. Let's do this. So Chris Paul first day issue Top Stadium Club dollar box, which is pretty cool.
Nice. Is that a rookie?
It's not a rookie. It's 04, I think. No, 07. Yeah. But it is numbered to 199. So pretty good for a top. 199. 1999. 1,999.
All right.
Which for a buck, it's not bad. Kobe Bryant tops from 2004. 2004 tops, but this is a first edition. So pretty pumped about that. I don't know how that ended up in a dollar box. And then Jamal Murray is 2019-2020 green, numbered to 75. Once again, don't know how this one ended up in a dollar box, but
very nice.
I'll take it. And then there was another table that had a handful of these Jordan Art Deco oddball Jordan cards. It's kind of hard to see because it's dark, but
yeah, it's dark.
It's got that spectacular, stupendous, unbelievable. I looked them up. Not big money cards, but they do Beckett. I think there's some Beckett graded ones out there. It's a promo card, apparently, from the 1990s. 1990 Art Deco card. Spectacular. So here it is. This is what it looks like. So this is what that looks like.
Oh, okay.
That's the card. And then that's the back of it. But there's about 1, 2, 3. Where did I pick up? 5 of them. So
nice.
Yeah, nice little five spot there. And then there was a bunch of stuff there too that I wanted to grab. We were in a bit of a time crunch.
Yeah.
So didn't really get an opportunity to do
very
much
nice.
Picking up, but I'm like fixated on getting into these dollar boxes, man, because I think there's a lot of value.
Yeah,
there.
you can find some stuff in there, bro. If you give yourself a few hours to dig,
oh yeah, that's what you got to do.
There's always something, man.
Yeah,
always.
So there's aside from this Houston card show, which is a pretty big card show, that I would say that's the biggest card show that happens here in Houston regularly. There's another one that's a smaller card show. And these guys that put on the smaller size card show, it's maybe like 50 or 60 tables, or probably like 30 or 40 tables. They put it on, I think it's every month, but Houston is such a big city that they do the north side one month and they do the south side.
Gotcha.
Kind of flips like that. And that show has, as you enter, there's like 5 tables that are set up, that are just set up with nothing but dollar boxes. And they got everything from vintage baseball to Star Wars to basketball. Yeah. And they have a whole table that's nothing but 90s basketball.
Oh, nice.
And there was some really nice stuff in there. I went with my brother once again. We were on a time crunch, which I keep kicking myself for doing that.
Yeah.
It sucks, when you go down there and you get down there on a time crunch. But now that I know the next one that they do, I want to go with some time and bring my chair and then and just fucking post up and just start digging through it, because I just did a quick like boop, 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 like you would in the library, and the what's the library thing called where you dig through the
card catalog.
Yeah. I just kind of did one of those things really quick, and man, I saw some John Stockton refractors. I saw some Doug Christie refractors, really nice refractors. There was some just some 90s, just a bunch of 90s stuff, man. I was like, oh man, this is badass. And I just never, we didn't really have, I didn't have the time to sit there and dig, and then I couldn't find the person who was in charge, and it's like, these little card shows are kind of
nice,
kind of not well managed, but yeah. Nice. So that's that.
Oh boy.
You got pickups, but you did those.
Yeah, I just did a pickup video on my channel.
That's right. That's right. Which will also be linked below. You guys check that out.
I'll pass for tonight.
Good. Good. A lot of stuff has happened in the last 48 hours.
Yeah.
So let's start.
Take us home, big boy.
Let's start with SGC dropping price.
Yep.
So two things. They extended their $9 submission for Topps
Series 2,
right, into the Series 2. So anything Topps Baseball 2023 Series 2 is $9, which, okay, so that's one piece. Then the other piece is that all football is $15. Now, you guys know that I'm 90% basketball, 10% football. So I do have some stuff that I wanted to send to take advantage of that $15, right? I would have thought for sure that $15, if you had some football, you'd be sending. But you're saying, nah, no thanks.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
So then they have a $12 Pokemon.
Really? I didn't see that.
That's been going on for a while, bro.
Oh, okay. That's nothing. No, it's $15.
I think it's 12. It's 12 Pokemon. 12.
Shows how much I knew Pokemon.
And then
and I actually have some Pokemon. I have.
They had a $9 Bowman special that is ending Friday, like tomorrow. We're recording Thursday night, and then it's $18 a card after that. So here's where I'm going with this.
So here we go.
$9 is $15.
Yeah. So $9.
You know what it is?
Series 2.
I think it's through Bobbles. You can grade for 12.
Okay. Through a
group
submitter.
What it is. Sorry, group submitter. Yep. 12 through a group submitter.
So is the football 12 through Bobbles?
I don't know.
Good question.
You know what? Let me text him.
Shoot him a quick texty text. So, Topps SGC Topps Series 2, $9. Why is it series? Does it work like it used to work in the 90s with the basketball stuff, where the Series 2 has all the rookies?
No. So they do Topps is weird. Sometimes they do like little to no rookies. Like then they do
like all the rookies,
a lot of rookies.
Yeah.
So they'll have it all depends, right? So they have like the whole guy's back a year, whatever.
Yeah.
This, that, and that's so
right.
They play games.
Yeah, there's little funky things that go on with that, right?
But like typical Topps, like we'll talk about that in a minute because I want to focus on this. Okay. $15 through Bobbles for football.
For football, okay. So they don't get it. That is the break then.
Yep. Okay. So my problem. Here's my thing.
$15 for Pokemon. I got some Pokemon I need to see.
They've got too many prices again.
Who has too many prices?
SGC.
Okay. Okay.
Just go to $10 and call it a day. And you and I have already argued about this week.
Yes, we have.
I can go back to the chat and we can just read it verbatim.
We can read.
But here's my thing. And Adam, the professor, talked about this on the last episode of Clear the Mechanism. We like the margins need to be like $9-10. You need to be at $9 to $10 to grade with SGC on these lower end cards to make that if you're going to double up, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So if you want to take a $9-10 grading fee and build that into your card, $5 card, if you're gonna get 15 whatever dollars profit out of that to get to 30 to double, you can't do that. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of defeats the purpose a little bit. I am a big proponent of the speed for the flip game should matter.
Yes.
And for whatever reason, it doesn't.
What do you mean it doesn't?
Well, everybody just you see the grading numbers. 1 million cards going to PSA,
Oh, okay. I see what
88,000
you're saying.
SGC.
Yeah.
So
It doesn't matter in the
that
sense that they're still grading.
it's clear that what I think doesn't matter. Then you have $15 90s plus sports special, right? That's 90 to present, correct?
Right, correct.
So for 15, you can grade cheaper at PSA right now than you can at SGC. So why would I spend $18 to grade at SGC when I can spend $15 at PSA?
Here's where I'll interject.
Go.
Because PSA will not accurately grade your card.
Yeah, but it's not about accuracy. We've talked about this.
It is about accuracy.
No, it's not.
Yes,
no, it's not.
Is.
No,
it's all
not.
about accuracy.
No, it's not. Not in sports cards. Not anymore.
Okay, so perfect example. This is why I'm glad
it's
that
about resale value.
I understand.
That's all anybody cares
we
about.
We completely agree on that. This is my point that I was trying to make to you the other day that I probably couldn't make very well through text messages. I completely agree with what you're saying. Completely agree that it is all about resale value, right? Completely agree.
Yep.
But that resale value is based on a grade.
No, it's not.
It's based on how is it not? It's based on whether or not you get a PSA 10, a PSA 9, or a PSA 8.
It's based on that little logo right
Understood.
there.
Completely agree.
It doesn't matter. This could be a PSA -8, and it's worth more than your card.
That's where we disagree. That's where we disagree.
No, it's not. There's nothing to disagree on.
Look, if you look at the number, JD, we are part owners.
Bow down to the row.
No, listen to me. We both own a part of a company that strictly dedicates itself to data.
Yes.
And in the data,
pay attention to.
In the data, you cannot tell me that with consistency, you can show me where a PSA 9 outsells an SGC 10.
Oh, no, I can't show you that.
So that's my point, Bubba. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
9s and 10s, dog.
I know that, but what I'm saying is that if you send a card in that you believe to be a 9, even though you scrutinize the ever-living shit out of that card, and you look at PSA's standards on their own freaking website, there is no guarantee that you're going to get the grade that you think you deserve.
Sure.
And what I'm saying is that if you look at SGC standards, more times than not, you can judge your own cards based on the standards that SGC has set forth and have a very good chance of hitting the grade that you think that you're going to get without having a grade. And so if we agree on all of that, how is it that you can't agree with me when I say that the grade of a card is highly impacted? It highly impacts the value of that card. A PSA 10 regularly outsells a PSA 9 by a minimum of 5x.
By 3 to 5x. 3 to 5x.
So if you got a stack of cards that you're going to send to PSA and you're like, Omar, I have looked at these under a freaking proton microscope. They are perfect, right? And they come back and they are not 10s. They don't get 10s. They all get 9s. But you take those same cards and you go, these are perfect. I'm sending them to SGC. They all get 10s because they were graded accurately. You're telling me you're going to make more money off the PSA 9s than you will off the SGC 10s? You won't, Bubba. That's my entire
I'm not saying you'll make it. Depends. It depends. So like on a high volume card, like a 90 Jordan Fleer.
Yeah, like a mover.
No, because it's the 10s or nothing. It doesn't matter what you get after that, right? Even the SGC 9.5 is only like,
okay. I'll concede to that. Yeah. But depending on the card,
like, those are like a 10. That's a 10 card. But like
10 or bust, right?
Yeah. If you look like even like a Griffey rookie, same thing, right? 10s are thousands of dollars, 9s are a couple $100. right?
Right.
Because
40,
there's
yeah.
just 8 bajillion of them.
I think I
But what
looked
I'm
at
saying is then if I took, I'm not saying, and I don't know where you throw me for a loop with this 9 and 10 garbage. What I'm saying is take the SGC 10 is somewhere in that 50 to 70% range of value of a PSA 10, depending on who's selling the SGC 10, because some people are much more patient or whatever than others and accept, you know what I mean? The SGC 95, I've said this before, and I'll die on the sword on this. I think it's the sneakiest play in grading,
the SGC
especially.
95.
Yep,
Yeah.
I do, because it's that little tweener that gives you a little bit
Well,
more, which is
gives
why
you,
I like SGC.
it gives you a little bump. Yeah.
But after that, unless you're going vintage, if I took a 90s insert, and I'll give you an example. Just call this a basketball card, okay? You know this set.
Yep.
Say this is a Kobe, all right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have this card right here, the blue of Kobe, which is out of 250. I
Okay.
have this in a PSA 8 or an SGC 9. I'm going to get more in my PSA 8 than you are in your SGC 9. All day long. All day long.
I don't know about all. Well, okay. Yeah. All right. I'll concede to that.
So that's my point. My point is simply people don't care, and they should care about in flipping, especially in this crappy economic environment that we're in.
Mm.
Time is money, and nobody seems to give a rat's bootay about that. And I don't know
Yeah.
why.
That's true.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, so you'd rather wait 8 weeks, which is fine because it's still that's good for PSA, right? But
Yeah.
in
The
8
2 months.
weeks, 8 weeks, guys can break their legs. We've talked, and we've
Yeah.
talked
We've
about
talked
this ad
about this.
nauseum.
Yep.
So,
Exactly.
like, to me, 1 week, you get your cards back. You can list them. You can trade them. You can do whatever you want to do with them.
Right. Right.
Ain't your thing no more. It's gone. It's out of your possession.
Yeah.
So that's why when I grade stuff to flip, I go with SGC because I'm trying to get rid of those cards as fast as I possibly
You're
can.
trying to turn inventory.
Yes. When I'm grading my 90s, like stuff I want to keep and hold, I send a PSA because I'm not going to sell it right now anyway.
So you can wait. Yeah.
I'll wait, even though it drives me nuts.
Well, especially at $15 a card, right?
Well, yeah, right. Well, and that's what I'm saying. So again, though, if SGC was $10, I would send everything I have to SGC. Everything. I wouldn't have anything but SGC.
You know what else I like about this? I mean, one of the main things I like about SGC anyway is that there's no upcharges. There's none of that silly stuff. But I will say that what PSA is doing with the 90s $10 minimum, 10 card minimum, $15 price point, that's pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
That is pretty damn good. There is definitely a handful of cards that I have. Some Allen Iversons. I got some Jason Williams, really nice refractor, Jason Williams refractors and stuff like that. That, that I bought. That actually, you know what? I think what I might end up doing is testing my little FCG theory with PSA. Oh no, but that's 90s though.
So my point though is this. Like, I don't want to come across as I'm poo-pooing on SGC. All I'm simply poo-pooing them is their prices. They have too many different price points.
Yeah,
they
that's
need
fair.
to have one consistent price, $10, $12, whatever it is, land there and live there and force the other guys to make maneuvers.
To come down to them.
There are people like me out there that want their cards back. And let's face it, 88,000 out of a million is what?
Yeah, it's not even 10x.
Yeah. So, like, and River made a good point. their SGC is not competing with PSA.
No, nor should
They're
they.
not.
Yeah.
They're not. Their goal is to make a profit. They are a private owned company,
Yeah.
and their goal is to turn a profit. And clearly, they are turning a profit, or they would not be at the prices that they are at.
Yeah. They wouldn't
So,
be in business. Period.
therefore, I know nothing other than I'm just flat out biatching as a customer, right? So, and I have my wishes.
Right.
I will also say though that some of the things I've read in that SGC video I shared with you, tagged you last night, that's some BS, bro, if that's happening. Now again,
So let's
I
talk about
think
it.
yeah,
Let's
let's
talk
talk.
about it.
So
Let's talk. Fuck it. I
in
don't care.
the
It's speculation,
SGC,
but
yeah, it
it's
is
enough.
speculation, but I don't care. It's enough.
Yeah.
And there's enough facts, like
There's enough fluff there.
coincidences.
There's enough smoke
So
to see a fire, right? Yeah.
yep. So the other night there's a
So
video on
walk us
Nash
through that. Walk us
Cards.
through that. Yeah.
Yep. Nash Cards posts on his Instagram. He's dropping SGC from his shop's bulk submitting services.
Right.
And he went and said it's because if you look at the gem rate data, PSA is doing over 1 million cards a month. SGC is only doing 88,000. What's the point? This, that, and the other thing. Now, my understanding was Nash Cards was the biggest bulk submitter to SGC. Now I'm assuming Boca is going to take that top spot.
I would have thought Boca would be the top spot and Nash was second because Boca's like literally
I
right.
think,
Well, they
I
were
think they're like, they were, but they're
they,
like right
they
there,
might be neck
right?
and neck. Yeah.
Boca will probably take over because Eric hustles. But then SGC in their social media post yesterday, they share it on Instagram, they share it on Facebook. And I always like to read the comments because I like to see what kind of asinine things people say. So I start reading the comments on the Facebook video, and anybody can go look at this. So it's right
still
out
on
there.
Yeah.
People start commenting, "Hey, do you know the real reason why certain card shops local to me or whatever stopped submitting to SGC?" Someone was like, like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And basically, what this person said was, PSA basically went in and strong armed them and said, drop everybody else and only submit to us, and we'll give you like a better price, yada yada
Right.
yada.
Right.
Or that's it, you're out. You can't
Allegedly.
submit to us. Allegedly.
Yes, allegedly.
Then someone else commented that was the same thing I heard in my shop in California. And then
right.
You put the pieces together.
Yeah.
And hey, do what you got to do. It's business, right? And there's no friends in business, right? So okay,
that's kind of chicken shitty though. If that is
it
the
is.
case, that's pretty.
But if this is a 15 round Rocky IV, Rocky versus the Russian,
right.
It's time for SGC to hit the one in the middle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And how do you do that? You permanently lower your prices to like $9-10, and because PSA can't go that low because they have too much overhead. So
too much.
You drop it down, drop it like it's hot, and here, ring the bell, baby. You know what I mean?
Because you know what, when you initially brought that up, right? Because I had seen.
And let me be very clear though, before you say it, not that that's going to make SGC's numbers jump from 88,000 to 500,000 cards, but that clearly attracts way more eyeballs at $9 or $10 than it does at 18.
Oh, absolutely. But one of the things that's interesting is that if let's say that is true, but once again, and I'm very making sure that we all understand that these are allegations, allegedly, that this is what's going on.
Speculation city, right?
This is all speculation city, right? But I've read it enough times and enough comments and enough posts to where it's like, okay, this isn't just one fringe guy running off and going, oh yeah, this is what happened, right? But if that is the case, right? If they have, and maybe it wasn't, strong arm type thing. Maybe it was an updated terms and conditions that says that, like, hey, they sent the new terms and conditions sheet out to everybody and said, hey, if you're if you're going to group submit to us, you can't submit to our competitors, blah, 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 this, that, and other. If that is the case, right, in whatever shape or form that is happening in, doesn't that make PSA seem like, all right, these kids are getting pretty good. We got to do something,
But
They're kind of
So on
getting
the
up
flip
there.
side of that, right? If you take out Pokemon cards out of that total of
Yeah,
PSA's numbers,
it's half a
it's
million.
like 500,000,
Yeah.
right? So
Mhm.
now if you kick that up to 100,000, or once SGC, if
Now we're
SGC
talking
can
a
somehow
20%.
start getting over that 100K mark,
Yep. Yep.
they're
Which they
legit
have.
compete. Yep, they have.
Yeah.
So then they're eating into the sports card pie because they're
Yeah.
turning things over. I'm telling you, man. Again, that's
So that's my
what I would
point,
do.
right? My point is that, if look to your point, right? Let's take a look at this, because I love me some gym rate data. Shout out to the guys over at Gym Rate. They do a really good job of compiling this information. In January, PSA did 1 million cards. SGC,
Total.
yeah, did 1 million cards total. Where was this other one that I was looking at? Bum, bum, bum. Where is it? Right here. Sorry. SGC in March did 1,000,002. SGC did
PSA.
120, 121. So yeah, sorry. PSA did 1,000,002. SGC did 121. But of that 1,000,002,
No, you just went by it.
485 of it was TCG.
Right.
Right. And that's when they started running the baseball specials at $10. I think it was a $9 special. So look how much bump they get when they're at that $10 mark. Right now, imagine if they ran that special for everything. They'd easily be in the 150, 200,000 a month.
That's
category.
like, so that number's right there just for baseball. Like SGC is doing 28% of what PSA is doing in baseball.
In baseball.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's a damn good point, JD. Yeah, look at that. When they run a $10 special, this is what it looks like.
So
right?
what I'm saying is, you drop that number down permanently, and it's go time.
It's go time. Yeah. So
Go
that's
back. Do me a favor. Go back one picture to the left. Nope.
hold on. I was on the wrong thing here.
Click that. Now go the other way.
Hold on. It's because I was here first, and you wanted me to go here.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going. I'll tell you when to stop.
So this is TCG. This is sports.
So like, what was that? Was that sports?
Sports.
So sports, 110,000.
Yeah, out of 675.
That's a chunk, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's already.
You know,
110, 675. Yeah, that's 17%.
So now keep going back to the beginning. Like, keep going back.
That's the beginning right here.
That's it. So where's this month's?
Oh, this month's is right here.
Yeah. Now can you go and?
So this is sports.
So, yep. So there you go. I mean, so they did.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now. They did 14%.
Yeah,
right?
14%. Yeah. Yeah. At $20 a card, JD.
Right.
Right. So like average cost of $20. They cut that in half, and that's 200.
I don't know about that, but
I think so.
It's significantly higher. We're easily over 100,000.
Yeah,
easily.
Right, but what I'm saying is that they do 76,000 on baseball alone when they run a baseball special.
Right. Well, the thing is this, and we're talking just if you straight up submitted to SGC.
Correct.
It's like 15 or 10. You're not even factoring in a bulk submitter's price that's going to be 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm back to sending in 50 cards, 30 cards. You know what I mean?
Me and you both, Bubba. I'm telling you. Yeah.
So
yeah. I got a stack right here just waiting. I mean, like, I got a stack of like 60 cards that are just waiting on a 1-digit price point.
Yep. So anyway, it's just interesting.
But so all very good points that you're making. And what I'm saying is, is that PSA is aware of the exact same fact, which if they are in fact doing this whole muscle thing, then it shows that they are aware at how close SGC is within striking distance from lowering down to a $10 price point for them to be in some serious trouble.
Yeah, because I don't think, again, speculation, I'm not sure how low PSA can go.
I think 15 is the lowest they can go. They can't go any lower than that.
I don't think they can go much lower myself.
No.
But I think 15 is their sweet spot, right? Because again, you're kind of paying up for the premium or whatever you want to call it service.
Right.
But if SGC's at 10, hey,
it's a problem.
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, not to mention that they just, they recently had some layoffs, right?
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on too. I mean, Fanatics is out there buying up crap left and right.
Fanatics is out there just raw dogging everybody.
I saw they had a tweet today. Their Fanatics Live is just about ready to launch with like the breaking network and all that crap. What do you think about that? You gonna watch? I know you're gonna watch. I'm gonna watch for a little bit.
Yeah, so it's on brand, right? It's on brand with what they do, right? I mean, they're a master of vertical integration when it comes to the supply chain, right? That is their area of expertise. That is what they do, right? They go, give me the license and I'll make you a trillionaire, right? Like that's what they do. That is their MO from top to bottom. Whatever license they get their hands on, they will find some children in China to make you a hat with that logo on there and then sell it at a premium price and market the ever living shit out of it.
Yes.
And the other thing that they do, which is extremely smart, is they get in bed with the players unions. They cut the players unions in fat. And that's how they get all those licenses, and that's how they get all those contracts, and that's how they get all the work. It's smart. Yeah, it's absolutely smart. So in terms of this live network, they go, oh, Whatnot, that's cute. Watch this.
Yeah.
Right.
See you later, Whatnot.
Yeah. See you later, Whatnot. It's a wrap. And I love, listen, my wife follows this lady on YouTube, not on YouTube, on Facebook, who sells earrings. That's what she does. And this lady, what she does is she goes to Latin America. She has a connect down there in Latin America where she buys all these earrings, like the cheap Chinese bullshit.
Yeah.
She buys them for 10 cents and she buys a box of them, right? She buys them by the box load. Then what she does is she sets up a really nice little ring light and she sets up some lighting and whatnot, goes live on Facebook, and she's got hundreds of women that are following her. And she gets up there and she throws up her little earrings and she's like, oh, look at these, style number 1, 2, 3. And then she's like, I got 6 of them, $5. And boom, she sells out in a hot. My wife's just sitting there claiming shit. And all I hear is this lady.
It's like us in a fire sale.
Yeah, exactly. And I just hear this lady, I got you, girl. I got you, girl. I got you. My wife's, and every other week there's a big old package that shows up for earrings for my wife and my daughter.
Yeah.
That's that feeling of being in an auction type setting while you're sitting in your drawers at home on your phone is exciting, man.
Yep.
Right. And Fanatics they're gonna do it, and they're gonna do it bigger than Whatnot. They're gonna do it better than Whatnot. And the one thing that these guys are gonna address is making absolute sure there is safety and security in your transactions when you buy shit, because that is the wild west. That is the wild west right now.
And that will put Whatnot out of business.
Out of business.
Whatnot's days are over.
By the way, what a I just picked this up randomly but look how badass that looks. I know everybody poo-poos on HGA, but I mean, come on.
I gotta say,
That's a good
I
look. That's a
I
good looking
like I like their slab, like the label thing, the flip.
flag. Yes.
Um, I like the flips. I really
Yeah.
do. Sometimes I don't because I think it's a little too much. But then there's like I see a lot of cards where the label really the flip makes it like really cool,
It just pops, man.
you know? And I like the horizontal thing.
I like the horizontal. Anyway, shout out to SG.
Anyway,
Shout out to
we
SG.
we digress,
We digress.
you know. Um,
But yeah,
but yeah,
whatnot's in
you
trouble.
know,
Whatnot's in trouble.
and like I don't want to come across as like I'm crapping on SGC because that's not what I'm crapping on. I'm crapping on I'm a customer, I'm a fan. I want to submit my cards to them, but I want to do it at a better price.
Hey, and listen, you as a consumer are well within your right to do so. I feel the exact same way, and I would be what I feel I am one of their biggest fans and one of their
Yep,
biggest mouthpieces out here for them.
yep,
And
you
I
are.
feel the exact same way because like I said, I literally have a stack. Where's my stack at? Ah, shit, it's all the way over there. Anyway, I have a stack, literally a stack of cards. It's about 60 cards that
Yep,
are all ready to go. It's a bigger,
yep,
it's 10x
yeah,
what
yeah,
this little stack is. That's ready to go. The moment that these guys drop to a $10 price point, I'm on Bobbles' ass. And I'm like, where we
yeah,
at, Bubba? $8? Oh, I got a package on the way.
yeah,
And I'm just like you. I'm sending in a stack.
yep.
And what I'm doing right now is that every time they come, like right now, they got this little $15 price point on football. Okay, cool. So I got some football, I got my Purdy's, I got my Brady. I'm looking for my I have a really badass DeAndre Hopkins RPA that somebody sent me. Somebody actually gifted me that, which is pretty badass. Um
You get a
and
lot of gifts.
huh?
You get a lot of gifts.
Hey, people love me, man. What can I say?
Yeah, yeah, Christ.
I love the love and I love the people love me. So
Yeah.
um
You're like George Washington Duke in Rocky Five.
George Washington Duke from Rocky 5.
Come on, punk.
I'll take
Touch me and
that.
I'll sue. Touch me and I'll sue.
Yeah, man. But yeah, so when they do these little price drops, I'm like, oh, okay, we could do that. I got some football, and then now that you mentioned Pokemon, I got some Pokemon. I have all the legendary birds Pokemon. I got all the legendary Pokemon actually.
You know what that is, but
Yeah, I know you don't, but the fans do. People listening do. And
do they? Do
it's
they
a great.
really?
Some of them. Enough of them will.
Please
Enough of them.
comment if you know a
Yeah,
lot
comment.
about
Yeah,
Pokemon.
exactly. Yeah. Prove me right here.
You know, please.
Prove me right. I'll tell you what. First person in the comments to name all the legendary Pokemon from the first series, we will send them out a card hedge card stand. Like this little puppy right here.
Yep. Good one. I like it.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. Look at that
all
Brock
right.
30.
I got another topic for you.
Shoot.
Shoot. All right. What are how do I want to word this?
Don't think about it, but just straight from the heart. Straight
No,
to the
because it's like one of those things where you gotta all right. So are you know my pain that I've had on eBay recently.
I share in that pain.
After my record month of selling
Mhm.
for my own patheticness, I'd say right around the 20th, 21st of May, I maybe even before that, I haven't sold like anything. It's like, I don't know. It's like eBay like deactivated my account.
You think you got shadow banned?
Then today, I had some auctions end. I sold some cards. Then I sold a couple others. So like I had like out of nowhere today, like 6 or 7 sales. cheap, nothing crazy, all like $1 a piece.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I have mainly, I'd say 95% of my listings are like less than $5.
Okay.
And the cheap cards aren't moving.
The
Now,
cheap cards are not moving.
I don't know what's going on. But I will say I've noticed my store, like everything, my impressions, everything is way the hell down. And I'm going to tell you the numbers right here. Wait, no, I don't want that. I want to go here. So
we got some breaking news here, which we got to get to in a second. But go ahead.
all right, my traffic, my listing impressions are down 27%. My listing page views are down 28%. Like, that's a huge drop, dude.
It's huge. Yeah.
Huge. That's for a 1 month time period from May 9th to today.
Yeah.
I'm down almost 30% on that stuff. So, where are you at? You noticing the same thing?
The exact same thing. 27. I'm down 27%.
All right, so you're down the same as I am. So that's not a good sign, bro.
That's not a good sign at all. At all. But I remain optimistic simply because of what I saw at this card show.
Okay.
Every booth that I stopped at, by the way, shout out to all the people that said hi. Every booth that I stopped at, that I stopped to chat with the guy, they said, I ask them all. I always ask them the same thing. How's sales, man? How's sales? And I had one guy who said, it's okay. But he had vintage, like Star Wars, and he didn't have like sports stuff.
Yeah.
He had kind of like he had some vintage Star Wars. He had some X-Men stuff. So he was kind of a little bit non-sports, kind of oddball. But everybody else was like, man, it sounds awesome. Yeah. And I went on a Sunday. I went on a Saturday. And everybody's like, yeah, man, sales are good, man. They've been doing pretty good. Yesterday I did pretty good. This is, kicked things off pretty good. It was worth the booth,
All right.
So now I'm thinking about what you're saying is that, like, hey, man, eBay sales are just doing horrible.
Yep.
And I think, because I have yet to go in there and really look at my prices and comp anything, but I would imagine that with how fast things are dropping in prices, that it warrants a more frequent review of what you have your cards listed at.
So I list whatever I list with the best offer, and I leave it open. I'm not even getting offers.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I do the same thing too. Yeah, now that I think about it,
there's nothing going on. There's like no activity. So I don't know if it's a combination of like, a lot of the U.S. is getting out of school. People are going on vacations.
That could be.
I don't know. People are getting fed up with eBay. I don't know, but
it could be that. But it's like everything's going up
28%. Yeah, well, that's the other thing too. Shit is expensive out there.
My grocery bill a week for my family. It's a family of 5. I got 2 boys that are growing. They're just eating like bottomless pits. These freaking kids. I would spend maybe 150, 180.
Yeah, I used to be 150,
180 if we were like really getting some nice
4 bills now?
Bro, 320 something?
Yeah. I got
the last
6.
time we went.
So I got 6, and my wife has celiac disease, so she's gluten free.
Yep.
So I'm at like $350, $400 a week every week. Even trying to be like buying like Tastios instead of Cheerios.
Parade and shit like that, Hill Country Fair and shit like that. I'm with you, Bubba. I'm in the same boat. So but at the same time, right? Like, fortunately enough, we there's enough to buy the things.
Yeah, I'm rich. I'm rich. I don't even know. I'm rich.
I was gonna try to be a Bugatti. I was gonna be a little humble about it, but
I'm not.
I work my ass off, and so we got. But the other thing too is that there's this other little economy that guys like you and I have on the side, where we kind of feed our hustles and things like that, so that we don't
Yeah, but
dip into that.
I'm not rich. I'm just kidding. But like, I work my booty off.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Same here. That's what I'm saying.
like, so, like, and I'm still like, huh?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So like at same boat, right? Like we work hard. We're a double income home and stuff like that, but it's still enough to where you're like, ooh, well, that's interesting. That was $180 last week. Why is it $320 now? You know, we're buying the same shit.
Shit.
So I think whenever I come across situations like that where it doesn't necessarily make or break us, but it does make me, perk up an eyebrow and go, well, damn, I was not expecting a 3 at the beginning of my grocery bill.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But but I think about some of the folks that maybe are in the hobby that were barely into the hobby from a financial standpoint, who are now out of the hobby because they're responsible enough to go, I'm not buying no freaking baseball cards right now. I got, my eggs just went up 2x.
Eggs are $7.99.
Exactly. Right. And so I can't imagine how much of that there is out there. Right. That,
there's a lot. I will say, in like the 90s, insert group, in some of these groups,
yes,
people are liquidating cards.
There is some fire sales going on.
Times there, like, I have spent a lot of money the last couple weeks, and because it's like I spend $400, and then like the same dude, like I made a pretty good in. So he just messaged me, "Hey, I'm about to list these. You got any interest?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take this." And I'm like, "What am I doing?" But I don't care. But like, I don't know. It's like, there was so much talk for so long, for a good couple years, with sports cards as an investment. Now, just like the stock market, things go up and down, and there's bad markets, there's good markets.
Right.
But I will say this, not every single card is an investment.
No, it's not.
So it's just like not every single stock is an investment, right? Penny stocks and whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like
the Jordan Belforts of the world.
And I will say also, like, when it's $18 or $15 to get a card graded, that's a gallon of milk, that's a pound of cheese, that's a pound of turkey breast.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
Like $15 is a loaf of bread, gallon of milk, pack of eggs.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
Down here in Texas.
If you're buying like
down here in Texas,
stale milk.
No, that's what that is. Down here in Texas, it's gallon of milk's like $2.50. Bread's like,
really?
Yeah, bro. Oh, this is Texas, Bubba. We got acres. You damn sure do. I think you'd do well down here.
I would thrive.
We'd make fun of how you talk for a little while, but you'd get over it.
Yeah, but the second I could walk around with an AK, like,
everything goes away.
Laugh at me, I shoot you.
And actually, an AK comes with your welcome packet.
Yeah. Well, I would say this, like,
that and a pair of boots.
If I ever relocate to the great state of Texas, right? Because the stars are bright.
That's right.
The stars are bright. What is it?
Deep in the heart of Texas.
Yeah.
That's right.
So if I do, I promise everyone this. I will buy the house next door to you or across the street from you, and we will live happily ever after.
You got that right.
and people won't even know what to do. Houston, Texas would never be the same after that. We either die within a week or
I'll tell you what, that first heat wave that'll come through will make you rethink your life, though.
Yeah, I can't handle either, like, your power going out all the time.
Oh, dude, it sucks. Well, to be fair, that has more to do with the fact that my house is built like a really old neighborhood. Well, no, I pay the bills, but It's more to do with the fact that the infrastructure in this neighborhood is from the 1970s, so it's not necessarily like the greatest thing.
That actually has to do with the fact that I don't pay my bills.
Center Point Energy can blow me. All right, so before we wrap up, I said we got a little bit of
We get some breaking news. What are you talking about?
Yeah, a little breaking news. Watch this. Boom. The good folks at Arena Club will not be when.
Oh, he just lost the internet. Unbelievable. But with that being said, we've been on for an hour. We appreciate you. Omar obviously didn't pay his bills. He got kicked off at the end per the usual. So he's coming back. He's coming back. Here he comes. I carried us for like 5 minutes there. I'm wrapping it up.
Dude.
I'm wrapping it up. Bring that back up.
How hilarious is that? The moment that I say that Center Point Energy can blow me.
Yeah.
The lights. We got a storm coming. We got a storm coming through here. A pretty nasty one, actually.
The storm. The storm.
That was the storm.
Listen, folks, to all you kids out there that are watching right now, as you get older, pay your bills.
Pay your bills, people. Yeah.
Pay your bills.
If not, you get kicked down the priority list. All right. Grading special for
Arena.
So
what
$7.
What I said was this, because you weren't around. That's interesting.
Isn't it?
$5.
$5. Now, this is a grade and vault special.
Yep, which I said I like because they have the trade option on that site.
That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't know there, Pookie.
This is intriguing.
We might have to send 50 cards there, you and I.
I think so. I already have I have 100 and something odd cards over there already.
Yeah, but you get like insider deals. I don't get any deals.
I got
I'm the brains of this operation, and no one gives me any deals.
Nobody give you any deals.
Like, to all the people out there that watch, like Alan, I know you're gonna watch this.
Shout out to my boy.
What did I ever do to you, bro? You know what I mean?
My boy Alan, I love that guy. I got to get him back on because we got to do a recap of our basketball episode. We got a basketball episode.
Hey, I'll say this: at $5 a card, what do you have to lose?
Nothing.
And before all the trolls say value and I get that. I get it. It's not PSA. It's not even SGC. It's not BGS. It's not CSG.
It's none of those. But here's what it is. It's an opportunity for you to trade online without doing anything and possibly taking 5 or 6 of your cards that are just sitting there that you're doing nothing with, paying $5 to get them onto this platform,
which is a great they have a great marketplace,
which is a phenomenal marketplace.
Fantastic.
And it allows you to possibly trade up to somebody who may have the card that you've been looking for, plus a little bit of cash you throw their way, and you could possibly get it. I mean, the card of your dreams in the grade of your dreams with the grading company of your dreams could possibly be sitting on their platform right now. And you have sitting in your box 10 cards that person would be willing to trade you a 10-for-1 deal on, 10 cards that you give absolutely 2 shits about. And for $50, you can now send those cards in, get them graded, get them scanned, and get them into the marketplace where you can make that deal for the card of your dreams.
I think it's a
catch.
And you know what? You could even sell. Like I was just saying.
Yeah,
so when you get kicked off, I was talking about. I was recently on there. I bought a couple vintage baseball cards. I paid $50, $60, $70 for the cards.
Yeah.
So like somebody made some good cash.
Yeah, for sure. I've done several trade deals on there, trade in cash.
And I bought a card on there, an Allen Iverson card. I paid $10 for it, and I immediately put it in my little thing, whatever you call it, your showcase.
Yep, showcase.
And I listed it for $25, and I've sold it within the 2 days of having it.
Look at that.
Made $15.
How do you go wrong?
So like again, like I'll just say this: don't be afraid to try something new.
Exactly.
And you might actually enjoy it. if you're bored with what you're doing, look, I'll if people want to throw 50 cards together to send in, create their little showcase, let's do it for them. Let's do it for them.
You know what? I'm going to reach out to the folks and see if they can, aside from, getting this, obviously this is a great deal. $5?
$5, right?
$5. And it's not just the grade, right?
There hasn't been something $5 since the $5 footlong.
Forget about the grading piece of it, because I think that's where people get caught up too much.
Yeah, they get all,
when it comes to arena. They get all razzle dazzled about grades. Oh, the grade. Listen, forget about the grade for a second. The money is in the marketplace.
Yes.
And the grade, and we talked about this with Jesse when he came on our show.
Yep.
The grading is simply it is the funnel and the mechanism in order to get your card on the platform. That is it.
And you can send in your already graded cards. You can
send in your already graded cards. That's right. You're absolutely right.
So again,
I don't know how this turned into a plug for Arena.
Yeah, I don't know, but I hope they're watching this. So
it's a great service.
By the way, as of 7:00 today, Eastern Standard Time, on our top whatever charts, Ellie De La Cruz, recent call up for the Cincinnati Reds, stud, was down in the 5-hole,
which I think you were
and has now moved into the 3-hole, and is closing in on the top spot of Kenneth Griffey Jr. rapidly. Rapidly. My man's cards are selling like hotcakes.
And you were talking about him like months ago, weren't you?
This kid's a stud, dude. Again, I know with prospects and whatever, there's going to be regression to the mean, but holy crap, when you're 6'5", 240 or whatever he is, actually, I don't even know how big he is. Hang on.
And where is his rookie card?
He doesn't have one yet. He's only got first Bowman.
Bowman? Okay.
So his rookie card will be an update.
SGC is running a special on Bowman, aren't they?
No, well, they were. It ends tomorrow.
Where
is this guy's?
But see, once again, the beauty of SGC here, right?
Yep.
You start digging right now through your box. You pull
I found a couple yesterday.
Exactly. You pull out all your De La Cruz. You send it to SG. You wipe them down. You send it to SGC. You'll have them back before the end of next week. Yep. And you're flipping while he's still hot.
So he's 6'5", 200. He needs to put a little meat on the bones.
6'5", 200. That's a big dude, man.
That's a big boy, regardless. He had a home run last night, last night, 458 feet. 458 feet.
Yeah, that's insane.
So anyway,
this is what he's talking about. By the way, folks, 172%.
Oh, he's increase. Up at he's in the 2-hole.
Look at that. He is in the 2-hole. That's right.
Wow, mine he's in the 3-hole.
And he's got the up more than 25%. Oh, so I'm on baseball. I'm on baseball. You're on baseball. Yeah. I'm on baseball. He's on 2-hole for baseball.
All right.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
He's got the flame on it, up more than 25%.
Yep.
Up 172% in the last 7 days, with volume pushing that of the great Ken Griffey Jr.
Yep. I mean, which happens with these prospects. It happens.
Yeah. But like you said, the regression to the mean is inevitable, right?
Inevitable.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's that. I think that Arena Club thing, we should reach out to them and see if they want to, I don't know, but we should put together something. If people watching want to try something, I'll throw in 10 cards, whatever. I don't care. Let's
hash that out and put something out. Because I'm with you on that. And they'll probably help us out. We'll reach out and see what we can work out with them. Because that's a phenomenal. That is what I've been waiting for from them. Honestly.
Yeah. $5.
Because what it is, forget about they shouldn't even be calling it $5 to grade your cards. They should be calling it $5 to get your card scanned and into our platform.
Yeah.
Because that's essentially what it is.
Yeah. Yep.
Good shit.
All right, man.
Good stuff, Bubba. I'll get this. We're back, so this is good. Hopefully, we can keep up with it. We definitely will for sure because I got my schedules sorted out now. So, thank you guys for watching. As always, please remember, as it says in JD's name right there, download the Card Hedge app, both on iOS and on Android, and then leave us a review for the app.
Yes.
On your respective platforms. Also, you know what? I've been having issues with SoundCloud, our audio piece of our podcast. So I need to get that sorted out. But anyway, leave us a comment down below. Let us know what you thought of the episode. I think I said legendary birds. The first one to post all 4 legendary birds. We'll send them a Card Hedge stand. So I'll tell you if you're the winner or not in the comments. Any last words?
Keep it real in the streets.
Keep it real in the streets, Pape. Love y'all. Peace.